everybody, this is a divine masculine transmission. It's for the week of the 25th of October. It's coming into Scorpio season, and we're leading up to a eclipse in Taurus on the 4th of November. The focus of this is divine masculine healing. Coming into a balance, healing sadness, isolation and abandonment, and after moving through that, taking the opportunity or recognizing the opportunity in front of him that he hasn't necessarily seen because his head has been down. He's been oppressed really by these feelings of possibly unconscious sadness, isolation and abandonment, and with that it's kind of formed blinkers, so he's less able to see where he's free and what is possible and what's calling to him and what his opportunities are. So on healing these issues, we're going to be opening up to the opportunities in front of us. This can be for the divine masculine counterpart in the twin flame unity, or it also is the divine masculine within all of us. So it's an opportunity for us all to clear any unconscious or conscious feelings or beliefs around abandonment, perhaps not opening up fully to our counterpart, or being scared of letting ourselves feel or letting ourselves love or get close to somebody or intimacy because we have a sense that we will be abandoned and it's going to hurt, and that can stop things moving forward. But in this healing card we see the chains breaking. This card has come up in previous readings, so we're continuing on from previous readings. So let's deepen into it. So this is where we're coming from. We're moving into really fully dealing with the issue, and then what comes from there is the opportunity to move forward. So let's deepen into what this healing is about. So the healing is about the fact that the masculine dreams about his feminine. Some level he feels her, he calls to her. That can be of a sexual nature, or it can just be dreaming about the future together. But there is a part of him that dreams about that, that daydreams about that. I also get that there is astral travel, both in sleep, and often in sleep you'll be having 5D sexual, intimate, heightening connections, divine connections, but even during daydreams you are really connecting with your feminine, and she is very likely to be feeling you. The special connection between twins is that you do feel each other, you do hear each other telepathically, you hear each other's thoughts. Often the divine masculine component isn't as conscious of that, but he still is receiving information through the heart cord and through telepathy. May just think that it's his own thoughts when it's that he's actually receiving information from his twin. Often the feminine counterpart, I'm not necessarily talking about the gender, I'm talking about the divine feminine energy, will be the one that is more conscious of the fact that it's a telepathy rather than her own thoughts and feelings. But at the same time, there are levels of that in both, where you just believe that it's coming from yourself and not aware that it's actually being transmitted from your counterpart. Ishataka sataka ko toko choko satati te taka toko po toko toko choso toko to ataka taka taka toko ko. So as we're moving from starting to heal the fact that there's a connection there that's going on under the surface, but you're feeling change, feeling held back, not feeling like you can move towards it in the physical reality. As we start to look at that, we start to see what's creating that, and that is this sadness and isolation. In the previous reading, we saw this upside down. It was like a diving into the depths. So I feel here we have dived into the depths, and now we're bringing it up to the surface where we can see it. So bringing up what is this underlying sadness and isolation? Why do I feel that I need to be separate from my twin, even though I want her? What's this about? And as we look into that, it says, I'm beginning to focus on my mission, and our connection is part of that. So you're starting to become aware that your counterpart is part of you, that you have incarnated together, that you have a combined mission, that you're actually not alone, and you've never been alone. This is what emerges out of that deepening into the healing. And what goes from there is that from that point you start to see different opportunities. You start to see a higher perspective. You look up. It's a looking up to the stars rather than a looking down. And realizing the support you've got, realizing you're not alone, realizing you're with your twin always, and that you're part of a fluid movement that is one movement. And then deepen into the realization and the feelings that you do care, even when you're not showing that in physical reality, and realizing that you have been hiding your true feelings, and the reason is because it makes you feel vulnerable. And the reason you feel vulnerable is because of feeling abandoned. And your twin may have reflected a feeling of abandonment to you, because they are your mirror, but it is a feeling of abandonment that comes from somewhere deeper, perhaps past lives, perhaps ancestral lineage, perhaps conditioning, perhaps something that happened to you in childhood. And the result of that is that you often feel that others let you down. So what we're going to do, this is the apex of the reading, and these are the energies that we're going to work with to heal, to bring the codes into, which is the feeling of abandonment, because that is what feeds down into all of these. This feeds down into why you daydream about your twin but don't reach out to her, why you don't want to even see that you care, and definitely don't express it because it makes you feel vulnerable. Healing that. So when we bring these codes into this sadness and isolation, it's going to bring your focus away from your pain and towards your mission and your connection, which then opens up the new opportunities. So let's bring these codes in. Ananaka toko chosa taka petika tako ko ataka chika taka satoko ko sataka taka choko toko 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 apataka tata akataka poto to toko 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 cho atakitaka akachita taka toko to toko toko ko atatita tataka akatatoko tatatita katoko cho akataka toko cho atakatikitaka akachita tataka toko ko toko ko to toko toko Akatata takatoko kotoko to 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 to. Atatata tatata takotoko toko toko to tititi atatata atoto atitita takotoko kotoko toko ataka toko kotoko atititi takoko koko atatati takatoko koto to 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 koto to to koto koko koto koko koko to 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 atatata toko toko koko atatata kataka tata toko to 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 itititi takatoko koto to 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 tatata to 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 atatita takato ataki tako o to o atatita to toko to 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 tatata ta titakata a atatitaka atko to 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 atatata kataka to koko to 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 tataka atiti ato to tita taka o otoko o otoko o o. Okay, so just feeling all those codes come in, wash through you, ground through you into the earth, move out your hands into your energy field, crown opens, head looks up, body looks up, but body opens up and opens upwards. You see here there's an open arms looking forward, open stance. Here we're open, we're looking up, our chest is open, head is open, chin is open, looking up, arms are open up to the heavens, and here arms are open, looking down at the earth but opening up to the heavens. Okay, so that's a healing. What you might find coming up is anything that makes you feel alone or separate or ignored or rejected or abandoned. It might start to come up to the surface. You might get a lot of triggers around you from outside of you, people treating you that way. It's just because it's coming up to be healed. It's coming up for you to see it. It's coming up for you to love it. Just acknowledge it, love it, let it move through. Listen to your body, drink lots of water, and listen as many times as you need to. It goes a level deeper every time. Blessings, everybody.